Welcome to 304 Customs Garage. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at our S10's heater box. We have a heat-only box on this truck now. Originally, it was an AC truck. I have the factory resistor and wiring still on this heat box. And then I have the factory wiring and controls inside the cab for the AC box. The plan is to make these together, and then hopefully it'll work. I'll show you my plan for this. I did read a little bit about this online, and someone did successfully get this to work. But there's still a few questions out there. I guess I won't find out until I actually get power in this truck and everything working. But I still have everything from the AC box and the AC unit if I need to put anything on there or change anything. So we can always go back to that route. So let's go ahead and get started in this. Okay, quick shout out and thank you to everyone who's subscribed to the channel first before I go over the scribbles on this cardboard that I have here in the wiring. I just want to say thank you for everyone that's subscribed to the channel so far. We recently, earlier this week, went over 100 subscribers. I never thought the channel would make it that far, being that I've just been doing this for fun. And something to look back on one day when I get these projects finished and I'll go back and see maybe I changed something here or there. Why did I do it that way versus what I think now? But I enjoy it. I'm going to keep doing it. And I have a few more projects once we get this one wrapped up that hopefully we can share it with you. So, what I have in front of me is based on a wiring diagram that I pulled off of the internet for an S10's heater box. I'm not sure where that individual got it, but everything matches up from what I've seen so far. Also discussed this with an older gentleman who works at a auto restoration shop that's right up the road from here. They restore a lot of old classic cars and hot rods and stuff. And he was looking at this earlier this week, and he agreed that what I have planned here should work. Now there's still going to be some questions, and I'll touch on those once we get there. But I'll go ahead and go over this here. So this truck originally came with AC and heat. I still have the heat box, or the AC box for this truck, with the resistor and the relay on this truck. This little scribble that you see in front of me is the in-cab control and the corresponding wires. The only thing you don't see on here right now, coming out of there from the speed control, is on the diagram. If I can figure out how to get a picture on here, I'll put it up here as well. The arrow goes from medium to low, also connecting to that tan wire. And then there's a light blue wire. I'm not sure if that's intended to be the medium speed as well. And then you see orange is high as well. Over here, this would have been your heat only truck. As you see, medium is a wire from yellow to low. And it also has a wire that comes off of the medium to the brown to a fuse. And then there's also a spot for the light blue, and then high for orange. This is a heat-only truck. The truck that this heat box came from was a heat-only truck. Let me sit here. Okay. I want to say thank you to the individual for sending this too. This thing is flawless. Might have chose a different color on the paint, but the only thing that I found wrong with this was a little dent here, and I'm not really worried about that. You can't even see it unless you're up close. I still am going to be running this, as you know, may stick out a little bit further than the heat only one, but it's fine. I'm not going to get in there and pull all that out for this project anyway. Heat only box wiring, heat only box resistor. There's 3 wires. You got your orange, blue, and yellow. You see they have it wrapped around here. And then coming from the heat control in the cab, we have an assortment of wires. We have light blue, a brown, a tan or peach, a green wire, and an orange wire. Some key differences: the wiring is a little bit heavier on this heat-only box It's a heavier gauge, or lower gauge, I guess it would be, for the wiring. So it is a little bit thicker. It's not too much of a difference, but it's a noticeable difference. I think it should still be fine. Now my plan is to connect the orange to the orange, light blue to light blue, and then this tan peach colored wire to the yellow on the heat only box. That should allow the fan speed control to run the same. Now my questions for this would be, is the defroster still going to work? I don't know. That, I believe, is ran off this green wire, and this green wire goes to this plug here, along with a power wire that would come off this junction box, or block, or whatever you want to call it. And as you can see here, on the old, I believe this was the resistor. The wires that go into that are different than what is in the resistor on the heat only box. So I'm going to clip these off. I'm not going to throw any of this away. I'll let you know when I get there if it does work. But the individual I talked to believed that it would work. And I'm going to keep all the wire links and everything. Just going to heat shrink them and solder them together. For now, I'm going to change that also. It needs cleaned up anyway before I put that motor in here. Hopefully in the next video we can put this motor in here. And as you see, another key difference here on the AC box. This is 4 pins versus only 3 pins on the other one, as I showed you on that one. And then we also have, I believe that is the relay down there, right here. Okay, just to touch base on this, if anyone had any questions of what I've got going on here, or if this won't work at all, just before we end the video, heat only controls, you have yellow, light blue, and orange for your speeds. Factory AC control in the cab, you have tan, light blue, and orange. My plan is to connect tan to yellow, light blue to light blue, and orange to orange. This is on the heat only box under the hood, and the wiring coming off the resistor. This is for the controls in the cab and the wiring coming through the firewall. Now there is some extra wires on there, and like I said, we'll clip those off, but I'm not going to throw them away, so I can reuse them if I have to, if the defrost or something doesn't work, which I need to do some more research on that. Or if anyone knows, please let me know in the comments, because I'd really like to get that figured out before I get too much further involved in this. And I'm planning to put the motor in here in the next couple days, hopefully, and to get some fluid and stuff in the converter and get that all set in the transmission, and then get that sucker off that run stand. But hopefully in the next video we'll be touching base on that, and maybe even have it in by then, and then get some more things buttoned up under here and wired, and then we can go from there. But if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. As I mentioned earlier, if I can squeeze it in here when I edit the video, I'll try to put the diagram on here that I found online. If you all want to look at that as well, I'll try to put it in here. If not, I apologize. But I thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. As I mentioned, I'll let you see this one more time. AC and heat. If not, go back and check out one of our other videos. I did another video on the carb small block Chevy wiring. We're down to just a few wires, as you see. I have it off the little power block there. And we have that. That's it, other than the lights. Probably going to replace that harness with some power braid or something. Then we can start working our way back on this truck. Get the rear end in, get it primered, ready for paint, get that dash stuff cleaned up, and probably going to change the color on that. But I thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Thanks again.